puncher, and I know he's undefeated. He can fight outside. He can counterpunch.
As the boxing world gears up for an electrifying showdown on May 2nd, 2025, in Times Square, New York, the spotlight shines brightly on Ryan Garcia and Rolando "Rolly" Romero. This matchup has sparked debates among fans, analysts, and fighters alike, promising a clash that could rival some of the sport's most memorable bouts. Romero, an undefeated brawler with devastating punching power, faces off against Garcia, a speedster with technical finesse but lingering questions about his discipline and durability. The stakes are high, the stage is grand, and the anticipation is palpable. Romero's reputation as a knockout artist precedes him. Known for his aggressive, relentless style, he's a fighter who can counterpunch, brawl outside, and chase down his opponents with ferocity. His confidence is unshakable. He's even wagered $1 million on scoring a knockout victory against Garcia, a bold statement that underscores his belief in his ability to end fights decisively. Romero's recent activity, in the ring including 2 fights in 2024, keeps him sharp. After a loss to Isaac Cruz, he bounced back with a win over Manuel Hayes, proving his resilience. This level of activity contrasts with Garcia's year-long hiatus following his suspension, a point Romero believes gives him an edge. At this level, nobody is truly active like that, Romero remarked. If you fight twice a year, you're golden. It's been a year for him, but he was busy the year before that, so it evens out. Garcia, on the other hand, brings a different flavor to the ring. His speed and power are undeniable qualities that have earned him a legion of fans and a reputation as a prodigy since his amateur days. Yet, his return to boxing comes with baggage. The anti-doping scandal, which led to his suspension after his fight with Devin Haney, has cast a shadow over his career. Garcia vehemently denies cheating, claiming, "I don't do steroids, never did steroids in my life. I barely take supplements. The only reason I did this time was because my therapist gave me ashwagandha." He argues that the trace amounts of the substance found in his system were a result of fat loss during his weight cut, releasing stored substances from his body rather than recent use. "They found a small amount because it oozes out when you lose fat," he explained. "It doesn't mean I cheated. They just know when testing." The Austin controversy has fueled skepticism about Garcia's discipline. Experts question whether he can handle a fighter like Romero, whose aggressive, pressure-heavy approach could exploit Garcia's defensive weaknesses. Many pros warn that Garcia, despite his talent, lacks experience against brawlers who close the distance and force exchanges, something Romero excels at. "Ryan's got speed and power, but Romero's relentless," one analyst noted. "Garcia needs tune-up fights before jumping into this one." His inactivity and past issues raise doubts about his readiness. Garcia dismisses these concerns. He's back training with Team Canelo under Derek James in Dallas, a move he sees as a blessing. "I prayed to God and he led me here," Garcia said. "It's family, a bond. I'm hungry, training every day, improving." His faith drives him, and it's a constant theme in his narrative. "I'm just afraid of God, no one else," he declared, emphasizing his commitment to dominating Romero. The switch from Eddie Reynoso to Derek James has reinvigorated him, and he's eager to prove his doubters wrong. "Bring on Rolly. We ran it once with PBC and I didn't get my get back. I'm going to beat him this time." The history between Garcia and Romero adds intrigue. They've sparred before, with footage circulating online showing Romero getting the better of a younger Garcia. Rolly was beating him, one observer recalled. Ryan didn't have an answer. Romero's dominance in those sessions could play a psychological role, boosting his confidence while motivating Garcia to rewrite the narrative. However, opinions differ on sparring's relevance. "I don't read into it much," a pundit argued. "Sparring's different. Ryan was 17, Rolly was 21. That age gap matters. It wasn't one-sided. Ryan landed clean shots early, but Rolly's strength took over later. Fights aren't sparring." Training footage offers a glimpse into their preparations. Romero's sessions showcase intensity and technique, suggesting he's primed to bully Garcia as he did in sparring. Garcia, aware of the threat, has ramped up his regimen, pushing himself to counter Romero's power. "Rolly hits hard," Garcia admitted, "but I'm ready." Analysts predict a fan-friendly spectacle, blending Garcia's speed with Romero's unorthodox style. This showdown could surpass even the Haney-Lomachenko fight, according to some experts. Fans love a knockout, and this fight has it written all over it. Boxing superstar Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who has faced both men, Garcia in a blockbuster bout and Romero in a high-profile pay-per-view event, has weighed in on the matchup. Davis holds a deep respect for Romero's punching power. "He hits the hardest," Davis said, cautioning those who might underestimate the undefeated brawler. However, Davis isn't as convinced about Garcia. "He shouldn't be a boxer," Davis opined. "I don't see it for him. Maybe he should train people instead." Despite Davis's harsh opinion, Garcia's coach sees a path for his fighter. "If he pressures me, he can pressure Raleigh," the coach argued, suggesting that if Garcia uses the same relentless style against Romero, he could take control. Pitbull Cruz was tougher than this. The Times Square setting adds even more significance to the fight. Fighting in the heart of New York signals that this is not just another bout, but a career-defining moment for both fighters. A win could propel Garcia or Romero to superstardom, while a loss could halt their momentum. One commentator marveled at the thought of a ring in Times Square. May 2nd, Garcia versus Romero. It's official, and it's massive. The event is set to feature other high-profile matchups, including Haney versus Ramirez and Lopez versus Hernandez, making this card one of the most anticipated in recent boxing history. Boxing pundits are split on who will come out on top. Some favor Garcia's talent and his growth since his loss to Davis. "He's got all the tools," one expert said. "He showed heart against Tank and learned from it. Ryan's got a big mouth and a warrior mentality, but that alone won't be enough." Others lean toward Romero's grit and unyielding spirit. "Ryan's mental fortitude and pressure could overwhelm him," one analyst suggested. "Talent alone won't cut it here." The consensus, however, seems to be that someone is going to get knocked out. "Raleigh can hit like bricks," a sparring partner recalled, "but Ryan's got that left hook." It's a toss-up, and the buzz around this fight is palpable. Fans are eagerly awaiting Garcia's return, excited by the prospect of seeing how he performs after his hiatus. Meanwhile, Romero's promise of a knockout is keeping fans on edge. "If Raleigh knocks out Ryan, it'll be hysterical," one fan predicted. "But if Ryan wins, he'll be a superhero, especially after the Tony Weeks Barroso mess." Both Romero's past as a pay-per-view draw with Davis and Garcia's historic clash with Tank only serve to heighten the stakes. People are eager to see how Garcia looks coming back. "Ryan is going to bring the chaos," a commentator noted, as May 2nd approaches. As the fight draws closer, several questions linger. How will Garcia handle Romero's pressure? Can Romero withstand Garcia's speed? Will the Austin fallout affect Garcia's focus? And how will Times Square accommodate such a massive spectacle? Will it be free or ticketed, intimate or chaotic? "I have so many questions and zero answers," a reporter admitted. "But on fight night, we'll find out." Garcia and Romero represent two contrasting paths in boxing. Garcia is the flashy prodigy with raw potential, seeking redemption, while Romero is the brass brawler with unyielding spirit, aiming to cement his dominance. Their clash isn't just about belts or bragging rights. It's a collision of styles, wills, and legacies. Whether it's Garcia's devastating left hook or Romero's million-dollar knockout threat, one thing is certain. Times Square will witness a fight for the ages. Stay tuned.